when you are following your passion, you are turning it into a career, but it's actually you have a purpose, and that purpose it's maybe helping community or helping through, you're a channel, and through you're able to help other people.
Creative Conversations.
Hey Zouk family, welcome back. Another chance to talk to one of our favorite people. As you know, we recently spoke to Marcus Schulz, and now we have the special bonus of talking to Adina Butar. We were very lucky that she visited us here in Malaysia. The last time we were ever open, in fact, the last day we were ever open, it was such a pleasure to meet her in the person. She's incredibly friendly and is as warm as she is talented. Adina, how are you?
Hi everybody. I'm so happy to chat with you today. Very good, actually, very good. Yeah, I was just listening and I cannot believe that was the last show. We were talking about it as well. If we would only knew, right? That's going to be the last flight over the ocean to US. It's been good. I think it's been pretty much the whole year I've been on the same time zone. We've been in USA the entire year. So it's a first in 8 years, probably.
No jet lag.
No jet lag, yes.
So let me ask you, what have you done over 2020? I mean, it's obviously been a really tricky time for a lot of people, a lot of acclimatization. So how did you maximize your time, or how did you find yourself coping with the changes in 2020?
Well, I've been enjoying it, to be honest. I feel like the first thing, we've been getting to know our neighbors, which is, we have very nice neighbors. We bonded during this time, and it's nice to find new friends and make new friends, because we were traveling so much that we were not even having time to make friends here in Miami at home, right? And it's just interesting because when you travel so much and you're like meeting the same people, you're kind of like in the same bubble. But when you meet new people with new ideas that do other things that you're doing, it's interesting how you can actually learn from them from you, and then you grow more, as a soul, I would say.
That's fantastic. It's amazing to hear someone come out with such a positive response to 2020, and it's invigorating because it's making the most of the situation that you have rather than choosing or opting to look at it in a negative light. Let me ask you, Adina, I'm really passionate about talking to people about their careers when we do these podcasts, especially inspirational stories. Now, you've risen to be one of the leading female vocalists and artists in our scene. How did you start, and how did that get to where you are today?
I think it's important, it's very important to follow your dream and your heart. And I would encourage everybody to do the same. And it's not easy at the beginning, but once you find that passion, you find your purpose. That's the difference between, we were just talking about this last week. What's the difference between a hobby and passion? Like passion, actually, when you are following your passion, you are turn it into a career, but it's actually you have a purpose, and that purpose it's maybe helping community or helping through, you're a channel, and through you're able to help other people. And a hobby is just about yourself, what you like to do for yourself. It's like kind of like self-pleasure. But when you are pursuing your purpose, you are actually helping other people as well.
And how did you get started in music? What drove you to pick up a mic for the first time?
Well, I was just a little girl when I felt like I was, driven to this. And I started actually working in radio. And in the same time when I was in high school, I studied in a girl band. So, it was interesting. Like I was doing things in parallel. And then when I was working in radio, I was listening to the music, and I kind of like sang along to all the songs. And I got into, I really, really liked electronic dance music and trance. And once I moved to university, the band kind of split up because everybody went to another city. We all kind of like did different things. And then I started to collaborate with DJs and to just do what I felt in my heart. And trance and dance was what I felt in my heart. So that's how I started.
I totally understand where you're coming from. Trance is something that's very important to me as well. I feel that it really helps my imagination to unlock. So obviously then you started out following the radio, singing along to the songs. And then where did your big break come?
When I met Marcus, yeah, it was destiny. So we started working together 8 years ago or 9 years ago. I don't remember. I think 2011 was when we started working together on one of his albums. And that's how we met in the studio. And from that moment, we were, pretty much together the entire time. So it's inseparable.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
What a great pair you are. And I've been lucky enough to hang out with the both of you, and the energy you share is it's very endearing to be around. I love to pick the brains of people, especially with experience, and you have a lot. I want to ask you, for people out there who would love to take on a singing career or just getting started or have difficulty with nerve, it must be a very different experience between singing in a studio, and then I know you've done it to thousands of people and you've got on stage and you've performed. What is the experience like, number one? And secondly, how do you manage the pre-stage nerves, or do you just not get them?
Yeah, so I feel like it's very interesting because, in the studio, you're one character when you're on stage. You're a performer. So some people are way better on stage than in the studio, or the opposite, or both. But I met a lot of people who are like really, really like good in the studio, and then they have like this track of stage, or they, it's called like, I don't know, some kind of fear of stage, and then they just feel like I just want to be in the studio and that's it. Well, because I was in a girl band, and because I actually started since I was a little girl on stage, and I've been also doing lots of rehearsals and choreographies and all kinds of stuff, I never had that problem. So I feel like I'm feeling really, really relaxed and really good on stage. Maybe sometimes even better than in the studio. I feel like, I don't know, when I'm on stage, I feel like, okay, I'm performing, I'm a performer, So yeah, that's the difference. But it's very important to be able to do both. It's very important to just be also a writer and, to just kind of like write a lot of songs and work with other people, other writers as well, to be open-minded, to find your tribe, to find your group that you feel like you vibe with, and just kind of like you together to create, and then take that creation on stage and just be the performer, like a different character.
Yeah, that's some great advice. To find people around you that unlock your creative potential is, as you say, find your tribe, is a fantastic piece of advice. And can you remember the first time you sang one of your own songs? It must have been a very exciting moment.
Of course, the most amazing shows I had, they were, already like when I started touring with Marcus, because the shows were like, for the targeted, like those people coming there for you. So, when you make it, like, not, what I mean, like when he made it, right? He's an artist, he's adored and all that. So when I was having the chance to actually sing in front of that crowd, which was connecting perfectly on those songs, that was when I felt like the click. Before, I also had a few, I had a show in Vietnam, which was really, really for New Year's Eve, which is one of my biggest shows actually ever before I even met Marcus, was in front of 100,000 people. And that was a little bit crazy. Like, I always going to remember that show. But, sometimes before you do what you do, like at the beginning, you're just kind of like going to sing in places where people not necessarily come there for you, like when you're at the beginning of your career, right? So you just kind of like sing in clubs that are not necessarily connecting 100%. So of course, when you get the chance to sing at festivals and to sing in clubs that people come there for you, it's a huge difference.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I mean, the connection you mentioned must be phenomenal. The second thing that I want to stress is when Adina sung to 100,000 people, that's like 50 Zouks put together. I mean, that's a huge crowd. So that's...
Yeah, we always joke about it. Me and Marcus always joke about it. I always tell him that was in 2011, and then I met him in 2012. And I said, I can't believe I had my biggest show before I met you. But it's really amazing.
You're European like me. You've obviously traveled the world. When 2021 opens up, when the vaccine is available, where do you look forward to visiting the most?
Oh, my parents. Yes, I miss them. It's been February is going to be 1 year since I left Romania. I was supposed to go back for Easter in April, so 2 months later. And my friends and my parents are still in Romania. Lots of my friends are still there. My family is there. And yeah, I think I miss them the most. And it's been the longest since I've been visiting them. And probably this is the but we're talking on the phone all the time. We do, FaceTime. And the most important thing right now is everybody to be safe. So I want them to stay and be safe. We're here and we're safe. I wouldn't even want to, go visit without even quarantining for 2 weeks before I go meet them, just because, of course, we all try to protect our parents and our, families. So
talking of travel, Marcus mentioned you'd just been lucky enough to visit Tulum. He said it was a great creative time for him, a lot of inspiration. Was it the same for you?
Yes, it's one of my favorite places in the world, Tulum and Bali. I really, really love, it's just an interesting vibe. Like people who go there, they are going to, I don't know, there are different kind of people that go there. It's different type of vacation, not like the commercial touristic vacation. You know what I mean? So you can make friends very easy because there are lots of artists coming there, and Tulum right now it's just known for the art, and you just kind of like get so much inspiration. There are so many people there. You know how they say they say if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. So I really love to meet people that kind of like you can change ideas and you can learn from, and it's just Tulum is the perfect place for that, I would say.
A must-visit spot. We'll add it to our to-do list for 2021. So, first and foremost, Adina, just like with Marcus, thank you so much for taking the time to chat to us. It's been a year since we saw you last, literally coming up to March the 14th last year, our last show. Marcus.
Oh, yeah. I remember the show. I remember it, yes. Yeah, and then I remember the flight back. It was empty. I think there were 5 people on the big plane. It was like, in a way, it was good because I felt safe, but it was crazy.
So 2021, you hopefully can get out and start performing again. Do you have any new music in the wings? Anything you've been working on that you can't wait to launch?
Yes, of course. Yeah, we're going to be like a few coming up in 2021 with other DJs too that are also at Cold Harbor Recordings. And yeah, Marcus and I are always working together. We have, look, this is the mic here at home, and we moved part of the studio in our guest room. So we have everything we need here. I will show you if I can, but Marcus has plugged in the laptop all his hard drives and everything. So I don't want to mess up something because I would turn it around so you can see. But we have a nice cozy space here. And we actually just got those dream catchers from Tulum, if you can see them. 3 of them. We got them and brought a little vibe from there here. So yeah.
That's so cool. We can't wait. As you say, we have a lot of love for all the Cold Harbor artists. And I was telling Marcus that I listened to the Global DJ podcast that he does, but I've also listened to your episodes on the Cold Harbor podcast from before. This is an introduction to many different artists, and I really strongly recommend these podcasts. It's a great way to learn about it. Fantastic. I love it. I listen to it on a weekly basis, and it keeps me in touch.
Perfect. Then I will continue doing that.
Please do. Listen, Adina, we know it's late over in Miami. We super appreciate you taking the time to chat to us. The Zouk family definitely misses the two of you. Yourself and Marcus are friends of ours. You're not artists that visit a venue. You're literally friends of the Zouk family, and it's fantastic for us to be able to touch base. We thank you and Marcus for
Thank you for having me.
No, not at all. And all we want to know is, will you come visit us again when you're allowed?
Of course. Yes. 100%. I can't wait.
Well, after you visited your family, you must prioritize that first. But after you've been to Romania, you can stop off there and then come over to Kuala Lumpur and visit us. But listen, stay safe. Look after yourself, the two of you. And 2021 should be a lot better year than 2020. But what we really appreciate about this chat with you is you were so positive about 2020. 2021 will only be a year to look forward to.
Yes, thank you so much. And you guys too. Stay safe and hope to see everybody really soon, healthy and safe and ready to party.
Take care, Adina.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.